Hi everyone, it's me Willow and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am here at the Toronto International Film Festival. It's currently day 7 and I'm finally having time to sit down and film some reviews for you guys. Today I have a film review for Sentimental Value, the newest film from Joachim Trier. It is a very beautiful, meditative piece on family and the generational trauma that we can hold and pass along. I think it's very well done, and I don't really know too much to say about it if I'm being honest, because I feel like I really do need to see it for a second time to fully grasp a lot of the emotion that was put in it. I had a few moments where I got very emotional and was kind of relating it to my own life, as I'm an older sister, I have a younger sister, and we both have an estranged relationship from our father, and it's very complex. And seeing that portrayed on the screen, and specifically with the character Angus, I really related to her, but I also related to Nora as well. So very, very complex film, for me personally watching it. I was very lucky to be able to attend the premiere here in North America. So I thought that was, or I guess it was the Canadian premiere actually, because I believe it premiered at Telluride like last week or so. So I think it was actually the Canadian premiere, but it was such a blessing to be able to get to be there with the cast and with Joachim and to hear, from their words what it was like to work on this film and how it was very much a family unit between them. I loved Stellan Skarsgård in it. He's definitely my standout. I think, again, very meditative, and as we slowly unfold in the first half of the film, the complexities with this family and how they are, and why, Nora has ended up in the theater business, and why Angus never continued in the film, theater, entertainment world like she did as a child. Why did the father just leave after the mother passed away? Why did all this occur? And you kind of slowly unfold who Gustav is as a character and see the pain and hardships he went through with his own mother, and how he had to remain in that house with that deep trauma linked to it, and raise his own family with his own daughters and own children, and have to come to terms with leaving them when he thought that was, what was best for them, what would help them, grow into better people. He could not be that father for them, but that doesn't mean it doesn't hurt his daughters still. So it's a very complex film. Like I said, very meditative. I think that's the word that most people have been using when referencing it. I was sitting in the orchestra in the Princess of Wales Theatre for the premiere, and I had somebody sitting in front of me, and I wasn't in a staggered seat, so some of the subtitles did get cut off for me. So that's another reason why I'd really like to watch it again, because I was trying not to be frustrated and was trying to just be in the moment and kind of understand the emotion that was coming from the characters, and not necessarily exactly what the dialogue was trying to say, but what they were trying to feel. But it was still difficult, with the language barrier. Luckily, it's not all in Swedish, Norwegian. It's in English as well, partially because of Elle Fanning's character being an American actress coming on to Gustav's project when Nora rejects playing his, the character that he wants her to play, which is kind of, maybe loosely based off of herself or his mother. There is some sort of link, but he does deny that it's not actually based off of her, but you can tell that there is a link. Or at least a passion that he wants to reconnect with his daughter by giving her this role. And when she rejects it, he looks for somebody else, and he finds this American actress that Elle plays, and he sees something in her that nobody else does. She's kind of this like cliche American actress, just does stuff that people don't take seriously, and the fact that she is being seen by this director that she actually does respect and has told that she looks up to him and his work, I think it's a really big moment for Elle's character, and you know, the process that she goes through trying to please him and get this part right. And you know, this is what she's been waiting for her whole career, to really prove herself. And you know, how that ends is very, very interesting and mature. Like, I really respected Elle's character with what decisions she ends up making in the end towards the film. And Gustav, I really respected her. I think the character Angus is definitely my favorite. I really thought the depth and emotion she had, and how she's trying to raise her son and pull away from that distance that she had from her father and give her son this love and try and protect him on the film, because she wasn't, you know, always seen properly after doing the film. And she wants her son to know that he doesn't have to just do this film because her grandfather or her father, his grandfather, wants him to do it, but he should, you know, have the joy of being in that project. So again, I really thought Angus, played by Inga, was tremendous. Nora, played by Renate, is always, you know, spectacular, and I think she has some very brilliant moments in the second half of the film, which is particularly my favorite part of the film. It really does give you a lot of payoff, as the first half is really slow and building and developing these relationships, and you're wondering, okay, like, where are we going? And then in the end, you really do get a lot of payoff, and you reveal, okay, I understand this complexity. Maybe this is also like my own family. Maybe I've gone through these difficulties, but in the end, all we want to do is be loved and feel this connection and be a family. And I think that's beautiful. Now, I have been hearing a lot of people say that it's not really living up to their expectations. If I'm being honest, I would probably fall into that pool of people. It's definitely one that over the last 7 days has not really stuck with me, if I'm being completely honest. I did see it on the very first day, but I remember, like, last year I saw the cut on the first day, and that still sticks with me, that film. And there's definitely moments of sentimental value that stick with me, but I still think Oslo, August 31st, and The Worst Person in the World are my personal favorites from Joachim. I do think the performances in this film are nomination worthy. If Stellan Skarsgård doesn't get that Oscar nomination, I will be so upset, because he is definitely the best part of this film, really anchors it. And I think his films, specifically with Elle, are very moving. I really like the scene with them on the beach and how he makes this connection with her. And I also really like their last scene together, also like a connection and an understanding between them. Very, very brilliant. I think Renate has a great chance as well, but again, like I said earlier, Inga's is definitely a standout for me. Stellan and Inga are just beautiful in this film, and they would be the people I would nominate. I think Renate is definitely a standout in The Worst Person in the World. It's kind of more focused on her, whereas this one's kind of more of an ensemble piece, if I'm being honest. Like, we're focusing on the family, not just Renate's character. So I can see her get nominated, and I think I'd be very satisfied if she does, because she gives a beautiful, heartbreaking performance. But I still hold Inga just a little bit higher. I feel like, similar to A Complete Unknown, Elle unfortunately may be shoved out just with the competition, but I do love Elle's character. She's just kind of sparingly used. Like, she only has a few scenes, and she does tremendous with those scenes, but I think again, like depending on the competition and like the precursors she get, like I think she could definitely fit into like the Golden Globes, just because the Golden Globes has 6 nominations, but the Oscars, I think it's going to be a little bit more difficult, if I'm being honest. But yes, I thought this movie was beautiful. It was a blessing to be able to see it at TIFF, even if I did have to pay like $100 for the premiere, but at least that was a standard price ticket and it wasn't a reseller, and I got to see it, so I'm so happy. It was amazing. You know, first day I got to see 3 films on day 1 of Toronto International Film Festival, and to have this one be like my closing on day 1 was just like a moment I'll never forget. It's definitely like seeing Stellan and Elle and Renate and Inga, like it was very, very, you know, such a cool moment. I am very blessed that I can come to the Toronto International Film Festival and bring you guys these reviews. This film, again, like I said, very meditative, very moving, but I definitely want to get a second viewing in so I can gain more from it, because I think I will definitely get more out of the dialogue and the emotion and some of the scenes that just rely on silence. So yes, let me know what you guys think in the comments below if you've had the chance to see Sentimental Value. If you haven't, I'd love to hear you guys' thoughts on Joachim Trier and his other films. If you have specific movies that you want me to review, let me know in the comments. I have lots more of reviews coming. I have my social medias down below, my TikTok and my Letterboxd. Go check them out. I have all of my Toronto International Film Festival's reviews on Letterboxd already, so go give me a follow and give this video a like if you enjoyed the review. It really helps me in the algorithm and push it out to other people. Same with the comments, so please interact. If you enjoy this content, film reviews and pop culture, give me a subscribe and post notifications on as well. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.